Hello and welcome back to the Perception Podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Casey Zellers, and today we are hopefully going to change your perception on things that you thought you already knew. When did you really kind of commit your first crime?
I ran straight to the bathroom and I pulled down my pants to act like I was pooping. So I've been to jail probably like 20 times.
After all this time going in, going out, I'm sure you must have felt like a fraud.
Yeah. Like to God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of ex-convicts really get this bad light or this sort of like second glance in society.
Really ask yourself, like, what do they go through to lead them to this point? And are you a believer in Jesus? Because if you are, there's nobody that's too far gone. There's nobody that is too far lost.
Hello and welcome back to the Perception Podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Casey Zellers, and today we are hopefully going to change your perception on things that you thought you already knew. Joining me in the studio today is Mike Cunningham. Mike, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well.
It's
I'm
good to
glad to
have
be
you
here.
here, man. I'm excited. So you have a really, um, it's a strong, powerful story that you got. You were an ex-con, and now uh, on the side of your normal day-to-day job, you're doing a lot of public ministry. So, tell me a little bit just about yourself and what
Um,
what all you got going on.
yeah, so I've spent uh, many years in prison and addicted to methamphetamines.
Hmm.
And today, I live a completely different life, and it's all thanks to Jesus, of course.
Yeah.
But today, I serve the homeless and meet their immediate need is really what we do.
Hmm.
But that's to meet their eternal spiritual need. So that's like to get the foot in the door. It's like, okay, here's some clothes and some food, but like, let me tell you about Jesus.
Hmm. Gotcha.
So that's what I do today.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Awesome. So before we really kind of get into the meat of the big story and everything that you've had go on in your life, tell me just a little bit about who Mike Cunningham is and who he was. Like, what was your childhood like?
So I grew up in Franklin, Indiana, in a Section 8 housing.
Hmm.
So for anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's like government funded housing. With my mom, we were very poor. Um, she was also addicted to opiates, like pain pills, heroin,
Mm.
and crack. So I wouldn't say that I had like a really great childhood. But I don't want to dishonor my mother either. She did. She tried her hardest.
Hmm.
And really I can't even give you like I have to give you a little bit on her as well. She
Yeah.
she grew up in foster care. She never met her parents. She was in the system like group homes and things like that. So
Sure.
she never had she didn't know how to raise a child.
Mm.
So it's not like I don't feel any ill feelings towards her at all.
So were you an only child then?
Uh, until I was 9.
Okay.
Until I
Okay.
was 9, and then she met a man and had my sister.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. So your childhood then was a little, I guess we should say a little more unconventional than most probably.
Absolutely.
Um, but did you, um, what was school like for you then? Was that also kind of different, or were you kind of like trying to fit into all these other kids, or?
So I never really felt like different than them because I didn't really know the life that they had was different than the life that I had until maybe like middle school.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I'd say that like I've always been short, had glasses, so it's like kind of like nerdy, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say I was trying to fit in a little
Mm,
bit, but I think I was genuinely just a pretty good, like a decent kid. Like I didn't really act out until later years, till
mm.
probably middle school or anything.
So
Yeah,
just kind of quiet to yourself type
yeah,
of. Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. I was a chameleon kid back in middle school and high school. Yeah, I was uh I guess you would say I was friends with like some of the goths. I was friends with some of the preps. I was friends with some of the jocks, and Just a little bit of everybody, the band geeks as well. Like I just had friends with everybody. So I was kind of one of the chameleon
Yeah,
type of kids back in school. So
I identify with that a little bit
a
as
little
well.
bit.
Yeah, in middle
Okay.
school for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Whenever you were young, did you um go to church at all? Did you know about God or anything? About faith or spirituality or anything?
So I was not raised to believe in God, or I didn't really know anything about it. The only thing I knew about
Raised
church,
to not believe in God?
I mean, like
Like,
there was never really like, so the only times we went to church was because they would financially assist us with things.
okay.
And then on Christmas, I know that the church would bring my Christmas presents and they would give me a Bible. Like
Yeah.
I'd never opened that thing back then.
Mm.
I was probably mad. I'm like, they gave me a book. You know?
What do I need this for? Yeah. It's like, have you seen a Christmas Story where they
Yes.
take the socks out and they just throw them over their head a little bit?
Yeah, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So that's really all that I knew about church. I didn't really wasn't raised to really believe in, but I wasn't raised to not believe in it either.
Okay.
It was just not something that we.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So when did you really, I guess, first hear about it? Was that in school with some other kids or?
No, we would have to fast forward quite a bit.
Okay. All right.
um,
So, well, then I guess before we get to that, then, so you said that you started acting up a little later in school. What was really kind of happening there? Then?
so we began. My mom. So we would like be at these drug houses,
Mm-hmm.
and this is when I started realizing that there's something wrong. There's not. This is not what other kids are doing. Like, and I would be like, "Can we please leave?" We'd be there for days, and they would be off in a room somewhere doing whatever they're doing, drugs and whatever else they're doing in that room, and then I'd be stuck.
Spend days there.
Yes,
Wow.
and like I said, I really don't want to dishonor my mom in any way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was pretty rough. So I would start to realize that this is not, and I would kind of act out about it, like let her know, like this isn't like, and then I'd be like, I don't have to listen. I don't really have to listen to you. You're not, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why would I listen to you? That's kind of the attitude I had then.
Were you like 15, 16 when this was happening or
No, it's probably like 10, probably about 10 or
10,
11.
really?
Yeah. So I mean, eventually there was a complete like just tear between me and her where I was not going to listen to anything that she said or do anything that she said.
Mm-hmm.
And it eventually led to like her calling the police on me and I got put on probation. And then it was like um, this juvenile. It was like she would like tell my probation officer, like, he's not doing this, he's not listening. And then I would just not do it. I would not listen more.
Mm.
And eventually it led to like me being incarcerated at about 12 years old.
Wow.
Um,
So just it was the start to a vicious cycle then, really.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I also remember times where we'd be in the grocery store and like she'd fill up the cart with groceries and we'd go out the side door. There would be no bags we didn't pay.
Mm.
Go out the side door and bring it home.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Wow. Wow. Already, it's already kind of
We're getting deep.
getting deep a little bit. Yeah, already kind of getting deep. Yeah, wow.
We'll strap
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. Um, so I mean, obviously you had some kind of like at least some type of self-awareness to know that this was bad. Um, but what was, I guess, preventing you from not stepping away from it? Why did you kind of keep going back into it with your mom and then eventually with yourself?
Well, I'd always wanted to like get away from her. So there's always this like I always wanted to go to my grandma's and live.
Mm,
She wouldn't have it. So she was like I told you, like she doesn't know her parents. She had no family.
sure.
So I was everything that she had, and she was like holding on to that.
Mm,
So like she wouldn't let me see my grandparents on my dad's side, and kind of kept me away from them. So I really felt trapped. Like I had no way out of that situation at that point.
sure.
Eventually, she got a prescription fraud. She got charged and went to jail. And then I had an opportunity to go to my grandmother's house.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I was there for about 2 weeks, and then she had gotten bonded out of jail, and she
Mm.
came back, and I was devastated. She was like, "You have to come back."
So what was that 2 weeks really like? Was it sort of liberating for you a little bit, or?
It was a weird time because I felt like I really wanted to like listen to them, and I really wanted to do the right things.
Yeah.
And there was this weird shift that happened after that when I had to go back with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I just told her, I was like, I hate you so much, and I don't want to be here with you, and I don't like you, and like just kind of just telling her all about herself. And so I was skating at the time, like I was pretty hard into skateboarding,
Yeah.
and I had bruises all over me. Well, she kind of used that, and we went to she took me to 3 different, like, I don't know, psychiatric wards
Mm.
after this argument. When
Wow.
she brought me back, she brought me to one, and they were like, we can hold him for 10 days because she's like, he's hurting himself and he's lashing out towards me. And they were like, yeah, we see this all the time, we'll take him. So
But that wasn't the case. You were just skateboarding.
I was just skateboarding,
Yeah.
and she was mad because I didn't want to be around her.
Mm.
She was hurt.
Yeah.
She was hurt.
Yeah.
So 10 days is up. She's like, you ready to come home? And I'm like, no, I'd rather stay here. And then she was hurt even more.
Mm-hmm.
So she took me to another one,
Yeah.
and then the third.
Yeah.
Well, eventually, the prescription fraud charge, it has to be dealt with. She got bonded
Sure.
out, right?
Yeah.
So when that finally happened is when I went to actually live at my grandma's house.
Yeah. Wow. So every time that you were going back with your mom, whenever you're in the same house as her, you just like passing her in the hallway, just not saying anything, or like, did she try to talk to you?
She would spend a lot of time sleeping in in her bed. Like she'd
Mm.
be all messed up. Like you try to wake her up and she'd be,
Mm.
Um, but I would like wake her up like to be like, can I go? Can I play outside like a
Yeah.
normal kid?
Yeah. Yeah.
um, and then sometimes she'd be like, yeah, and then not remember it. And then 2 hours later, she'd be hunting me down, like super mad and like yelling at me. Like, and I'm like, you told me I could.
Yeah.
um,
Mm.
but yeah, there was definitely a shift that happened that next time. But when I got back to my grandma's,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the same. I wasn't the same kid anymore.
Could your grandparents see that in you as well?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also hurt by them because at the time they said I could. The first time they're like, you can come here.
Sure.
Second time they were like, because so my grandma like takes in. She had a bunch of kids, and they all had kids, and my grandmother's children have like issues like addiction, and
Mm-hmm.
so all the grandkids end up living with grandma.
Mm.
She was like, we don't have room for you, and I was heartbroken because I always wanted to go there,
Yeah.
and then she's telling me like that I can't come now. So I had some great grandparents alive, and I went to live with them.
Mm.
It was just for the summer.
Yeah.
They were too old to be having me.
You probably kept them young a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. I was like light. Me and my friends are like lighting firecrackers off in their driveway, and they're like, "All right, this is too much."
Burning ants with magnifying glasses is probably the extent of trouble I ever got into as a young kid, really.
We're just like skating around, and
Yeah.
yeah, just being kids, being 13-year-old kids.
Yeah. Was that also a time whenever you're spending that summer with them, like spending a lot more time with friends more than ever, or
Yes. So
okay.
it was like, oh my gosh, this is what I wanted. Like,
Yeah.
then I'm a normal kid today. Like I can go hang out with my friends, and like, yeah, we can go skate, we can go to the pool, whatever it may be. Like,
Yeah.
so it was like freedom.
Yeah. Uh,
But there was something that was, it wasn't all just my mom. There was things that, I picked up. I lived with her for my whole life.
hmm
So I picked up things as well, and anger was definitely one of them towards her, towards the world, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
when I got
go ahead.
when I got back to my other grandma's house,
Yeah.
it was like a little less structured. She was so busy with all her own kids
Yeah.
and the grandkids. I found out that I could kind of like just kind of do whatever I wanted.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. And what's kind of going on with your sister?
Today,
No, during all that time.
um, so when I got away from, she went with her dad. When I got away from my mom, I
Okay.
completely broke all. We didn't talk for it was probably more than a decade.
Wow.
So I didn't know, but I had like what some people call like survivor's guilt because I'm
Mm.
like so upset that I left my sister because we were close. There's times that my mom would take off
Mm-hmm.
and leave my sister with me, and like my sister does this thing where she grabs my finger. She's a little baby
Yeah.
to go to sleep at night, and she would want me like every night to do that with her.
That just gave me goosebumps, man. That just gave me goosebumps. Man,
We were very
golly,
close.
golly. Yeah. That's man, like yeah, this is gonna be a deep one today. This is gonna be really deep. All right. All right, so let's move on then a little bit. So when did you, I guess, kind of commit like I don't want to say it as like it's like something to celebrate, but like when did you really kind of commit your first crime or something, and how did that sort of shake out?
So this leads off perfect with where we just left off.
Okay, cool. All right.
So I'm at my not my grandmother's house, where I had the freedom, where I kind of did whatever I wanted.
Hmm.
So I'd just go and I'd get off school and I'd go skate.
Yeah.
And I think summer might have been happening, so it was just skate all the time. And then I started smoking weed. So I'd be at the skate park and all my friends,
Hmm.
they all started smoking weed. So I was like, let me try it.
Hmm.
Tried it. I liked it. So that's what I was doing. I was just skating and smoking weed. And then eventually, probably just a month or two, I had bought some weed, had it on me.
Hmm.
Someone at the gas station called and said, there are these kids that came in. They got super red eyes and
Hmm.
they're buying munchy snacks. They're out back and the cops showed up, pulled out back. There it was. Had the weed on me. That was the first time I went to juvenile for something that I actually did,
Hmm.
like that I deserved to be there.
Right, right,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And so was that kind of then I guess the gateway into everything else like later would evolve?
Yeah, it was like a spiral.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What was your time in juvie like?
Um,
How long were you there?
so there's multiple times I've been there for like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I think the most I was there for like 120 days, so like
Okay.
4 months.
Okay. Gotcha.
That time I believe was like 30 days.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, I guess like that question that you asked would be different depending on. So when I was a juvenile, when my mom sent me,
Hmm.
I was like, this is cool. Like we get to go like to rec, like which is like to the gym, and we're like playing dodgeball, and like there's all these other kids. I'm like, this is awesome. Like,
A dodgeball. That's awesome.
but then being in there for like versus like being at my grandma's, I was a little sad. I was like, I'm turning out to be everything that I said I never wanted to be.
Mm, mm,
Because my father, he's also addicted to drugs, like
sure.
meth and things. I was like, I'm never gonna be like either one of my parents.
Hmm.
And then there I was. I just told myself like, it's weed, it's different.
Yeah.
But
Did you find it easy to blame them for who you were becoming instead of yourself?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that revelation didn't come till way later in life. Yeah, then I was like, yeah, it's all their fault for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a product of my environment,
Mm.
and I would use that too. Like even later on, like 15, 16, when I started selling weed, and like just living just a debaucherous lifestyle. That's where the start of it happened. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. So then how did that from that time from behind the gas station, how did that then evolve into your adult life and what was kind of going on there? And how did meth kind of come into play then?
Okay.
Kind of going into it here. So,
Yeah, so like we're gonna fast forward to like probably age 22.
okay.
We skip past all the partying and the that's and the selling weed and whatnot, and then oh man, we actually passed a lot. So
We'll treat it like non-linear, like Quentin Tarantino, like we'll go back to
okay,
fill in
perfect.
gaps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'd gotten caught on a bus with a gun,
Okay. Like a
um,
public bus.
like a Greyhound bus.
Okay.
I had this like I'd leave the state all the time at that point in my life.
Mm,
Just be like, I'm going to Florida to live and start new. So I had gotten caught on a bus with an illegal firearm, and
mm-hmm,
so I had that over my head, and I don't know. I just made a decision. Like I came back home, and I was like, I'm gonna have to face all these charges. It was in Louisville that I got caught,
mm,
and I knew this girl that was on meth, and I knew my dad was on meth.
yeah.
And that's where I was staying at the time because we'll have to go back. I'd gotten kicked out of my grandma's house for some. I was She was right for sure to kick me out.
Mm-hmm,
So I had done meth with my dad, and then met up with this girl, and then started doing meth with this girl,
mm-hmm.
and really didn't stop after that.
Gotcha.
Well, about 3 weeks later, uh, sheriff's kicked in my door. Well, marshals kicked in my dad's door.
Really?
Yeah, and they were like, "You have a warrant for um, dealing." Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What's kind of going through your mind whenever they bust down the door like that? Like, were you aware that your dad was facing charges as well, or?
he wasn't.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were the one facing
I was
charges.
the
Yeah,
one.
okay, all right, all right. I was getting that mixed up in my head. So then was it a surprise to your dad then, or
Not really, because
okay?
I'd gotten kicked out of my grandma's house for I shot at somebody in her backyard. There was a I robbed them at gunpoint,
Mm-hmm.
and then I shot at them when they backed a truck through my grandma's fence, and I thought they were gonna continue and hit the house. So I ran outside just shooting my gun. Um, yeah, so he kind of knew what, and I'd been selling weed and drugs
Yeah.
like Xanax, whatever, for years. Like, so he knew what kind of life I was living,
Mm-hmm.
and he shoots up meth too, so it wasn't like
Yeah. It wasn't anything really new to him then.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
So.
didn't want that for me, but at the same time, his whole life's in shambles too. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is it hard to kind of look back? Um, because you were kind of saying earlier that you were trying so hard not to be like them. You were fighting it even whenever you were young. Were you self-aware that you were in your mind kind of like, well, I am kind of becoming like my father's son. I'm smoking meth with my dad.
I think it came a little later than that. Yeah, I mean like, but yeah, there that revelation definitely happened. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, this is where it's coming to.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I knew I'm going to prison, so
It was just a matter of time.
I was just like giving up. I was just like, whatever, I'll do whatever
Yeah.
to make this go away, because I don't want to feel all these feelings. Yeah.
Yeah. So then what's going through your mind after the marshals kick in the door and they start putting you in cuffs? Like what's
Um. Well, I ran straight to the bathroom
mm.
and I pulled down my pants to act like I was pooping.
I mean, that's one way to make it.
We'll lighten it up a little
Yeah,
bit. That's
that's
the
one
truth.
way to make it kind of
That's what
inconvenient
happened.
for him. Yeah.
I was like, oh,
That's
because
how we try to get away with
they
it.
were knocking at first. And they're like, we're coming in. And I was like, oh no.
It's kind of like that moment whenever like you're in a public restroom and someone starts to push the stall door open and you're like, oh, like you get that brief
Well,
scare.
luckily, I pulled them back up right before because they would have made me get on the ground with them down still.
Dude, that is awesome. Pretend to poop. Note to anybody out there. Pretend to poop. If you ever get caught, just pretend to poop.
I couldn't come to the door. I was pooping.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh man. All right. So anyway, moving forward from that, like, so then what's going on then? Were you kind of just in the bathroom, just like, "Oh, I gotta face it. I just gotta take it."
Um, yeah, I was just like, man, I'm going to prison. This is it
Was that real for you before they put you in cuffs?
for sure. So like I'd found out a couple days prior that I had this warrant because I was
Hmm.
looking to try and find the warrant for or trying to find my charges for Louisville because I had those outstanding.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to find those and I'm like, "Oh, a dealing charge? Like this can't be right."
Sure.
I mean, but obviously it was definitely right.
Hmm.
So I found that out and then called a lawyer and started trying to pay this lawyer. And I mean, I didn't get far. It was like 3 days. So
Yeah. Yeah.
then I went to jail.
Yeah. And that was your first time in like actual like jail then.
I'd been a couple times before that for like PI or like I got a DUI once
Mm,
in a different county.
gotcha.
But no, this is the first time it was like, I don't know when I'm getting out of it. I don't know when I'm gonna get out.
Yeah. This was kind of like it was real to you at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Well.
Um, so I had actually been to jail one time before that for something very serious, and
Hmm.
that was actually where God revealed Himself to me. That's when I started to believe. So at this time that I was just telling you,
Hmm.
I believed in God. I knew He was real.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
because a couple years prior, maybe a year prior to that,
Hmm.
I was in jail and I'd beat a kid up pretty badly. He was like a bully. He was like stealing from this kid that was like super nerdy and was like kind of like a weaker kid, like
Hmm.
wasn't gonna defend himself. This doesn't make it right.
Bro, no, no,
I'm just
yeah.
kind of explaining myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This kid shows up and he's like trying to buy weed from me, and I'm like,
Hmm.
oh yeah. And I'm a little half drunk at this point when he's there. So I'm like, all right, I got something for this kid. I bring him around the corner and I beat him up pretty bad. Like he had to get stitches.
Just start decking them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I took his money. I don't know if I've ever admitted that, especially on camera. um, took his money, and then the cops showed up at my grandma's house like 30 minutes later.
Mm,
They charged me with strong arm robbery, and I went to jail on that. And that I don't know if you know that it was holding like back then. It was charges were a little different than they are today. So it was like
okay.
a class B felony,
Okay.
and that holds about like max like 20, 25 years, something like that.
Wow. Okay.
Uh, so I'm in jail, and this guy's like, "Dang, dude." And this dude was someone he was running around fighting everybody, and like he was not somebody that the last person I would expect to hear this from. He's like, "You gotta pray, dude. Your life's over." And
Really?
I was like, I don't believe in God or any of that stuff. Like, that's nonsense, dude. And then I really got to thinking about it, and I was like, I mean, what could it hurt? Like, might as well try it.
Sure.
I was like, all right, God, if you're real, give me a sign. I'm not even asking you to get out right now. Just show me you're real. Cause like my life's over and my heart's I'm just like all these feelings inside of me are just like so intense. Like I'm like, just show me you're real. Give me a sign, like please, and I'll seek you. And I get
Mm,
up from my bed, I walk straight to the phone. This might have been the first time that I talked to my mom. Somehow I knew her number.
mm-hmm.
I'd remembered it from years and years before.
Yeah.
I called her. She was like, this is like instantaneous. This is no time passed from this prayer to this. She was
So
like,
so you were in the cell, you prayed, and you got up and went to the phone.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
My mom's like, I talked to the prosecutor. They're dropping your charges tomorrow and you're getting out. I hit my knees. I was like, there's the sign. Like, God is real. I like ran around The jail was like this dude's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, God's real.
What did you run and tell that one guy that told you?
I did.
Yeah.
He was
What
like,
what
I
was
told you, man.
I told you, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And did
So,
did you tell your mom?
um, so I still had ill feelings towards her. I believe I told her, but there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't much contact after that.
Okay. Gotcha.
A-
Gotcha.
At that point, I think she was starting to get her life together,
Mm.
as far as like recovery based stuff.
Sure. Sure.
I'm not sure that she hadn't come to Jesus yet, but she was definitely doing like meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. So you find God and he gives you that sign and then you get out and then you go back in.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. So like what happened then?
I mean,
We're,
you would think like I'd just be like, I repent, and I would just like turn from everything. It was like, but
hmm
there was this like, there was something inside of me that was like wrong. There was something off inside. Like I don't know. The first thing about living right, I've lived wrong for so long.
You don't have an
I
example
don't
of it.
even know what that looks like. What does
Mm-hmm.
it even look like to be a healthy person?
Mm.
So like I tried for a while. I went and got a job for a little bit, like smoking weed again or taking Xanax, and then
Yeah.
it's a slow,
Was it
slippery.
hard for you to find a job right out of jail like that? Or?
So the charges got dropped, so I was still like misdemeanor charges.
Oh, okay.
So, but I didn't get a job that was like that. I went did some tile work with a guy I knew,
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
which is what I do today.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So then what led up to the second arrest then? Or was that the one that we
That we covered.
that we covered?
That's the one we covered where the marshals kicked in the door.
Okay.
Had to rewind a little bit.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha.
So I had known God at that point, like when I got arrested, like so I'd felt extreme conviction when I got to jail that time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was just like, this is what I get. Like I deserve this because I
Mm.
had my chance. God gave me my life back. He gave me 20 years, and here I am out here. And look at His grace, because I only ended up doing about 2 years on the dealing charge. It was like here, He's like here, I'm gonna give you another chance.
Mm.
But like I said, I mean, some people they God reveals Himself to them and they get it together right then.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my story.
Yeah. Now, the second time that you were in jail, was there another sort of, I guess, like come to Jesus moment that you had similar to the first time? Was there another cellmate that you had that was kind of talking to you about it at all,
I
or?
think there was multiple.
Okay.
I would just read the scriptures. I was like, because I don't know anything about the Bible, like, so I just read the scriptures, and I started to pray. I mean, every day almost.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, and then it was she telling me how to be righteous. Like it was instructing me. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, this is great. Like,
And is that the Bible that you got?
so this is the
Or
one that I had when. So I've been to jail probably like 20 times,
mm-hmm.
jail and prison. So I don't actually know. This was found in my grandma's house.
Okay.
And I believe it was one of the last times that I went to jail
Gotcha.
that I had this Bible right here.
Gotcha.
But one of those
Gotcha.
Bibles in there I was reading.
Yeah. Was there something that kept sticking out to you?
So I mean, I really liked Proverbs and things. So really, then I just couldn't. I was like, through reading scripture, I'd found out you have to believe in Jesus. Like, I mean, you don't have to, but like
Mm-hmm.
the scriptures is telling me like, because I'm like, I don't know about this Jesus. God's real. I prayed to God, and look what He did. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Jesus. Like,
All
but
seems a little far-fetched.
that's at first,
Yeah.
yeah,
Good morals, good teachings, but I don't
right,
know. Yeah.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So, so that's where I kind of was. That's where I sat for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
quite a while actually. But I kind of tried to force myself to believe it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I do believe in Jesus. He's got to be real. Like,
Yeah.
if God's real, He's real.
Mm.
So just kind of back and forth with it, but
Mm-hmm.
no real submission.
Mm.
We can get to that later. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. So then you said it was 2 years
Yeah,
that you were doing then, and you were making sure that you were being active
I
in
was.
your faith.
I was.
Yeah.
Not for that full 2 years.
Okay.
So when I got to prison, I don't know, things changed.
Mm-hmm.
They have drugs in prison, and I started smoking spice, and I could feel myself kind of backsliding, distancing away.
Mm-hmm.
You put the drug in your body, and I'm not gonna say this for everybody, because I've had encounters while on drugs as well with God.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to pull me back away from them, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I could, that's really kind of where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Use a few times, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know why. It feels like I'm trying to make a call to God, but there's like, it's a one-way call. Like there's
Mm.
something blocking it, and that's
Mm.
that's what I used to describe it.
Gotcha.
But He
Gotcha.
was always there. It was me. It's
Right.
like I'm walking away from Him.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel conviction about it at all, but then would just kind of like shrug it off like, well, he forgives me? Or would you say that you had that as like the excuse for a while?
I don't think that I had a real understanding
Okay.
of like, so like I didn't grow up in church. I didn't really understand like any of that yet.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I had to do it. Like I was like, I gotta do better. I gotta do right. Like,
Yeah.
but I didn't understand how does it work. Like if I make mistakes or if I willingly make mistakes, like I don't know how this. So it was kind of like if I made a mistake, I had to walk the other way because I had to be real.
Mm.
Can't be a fake, and I can't fail. Like I always felt like I did. So I'm like, oh, trying to walk with God, and then I failed, so I might as well just turn from this
Mm.
because I didn't know.
Yeah. Well.
I didn't know that His grace is sufficient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's right there no matter what.
No matter what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen, dude. So kind of tell me as much, I mean, as much as you can and as much as you're comfortable with, really. Um, kind of the horrors of jail, if you don't mind, because I know that there's a lot of people that um, probably have like this preconceived notion from like TV shows or popular media or anything like that, that jail is kind of like terrifying and all that sort of stuff. So I just want to, I guess to get a secondhand experience from it,
Okay.
if you don't mind
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So like depends on who you are.
Okay.
It's like I described it as like a shark. So like not jail. So jail, depending on where you're at. So like if you go to jail in Indianapolis, Marion County,
Hmm.
it might be a little rougher. Like
Okay.
you go to jail probably around here somewhere or in Franklin or
Hmm.
where I went to jail mostly. It's not. I mean, you'll have like occasional fights and stuff like that, but it's not as terrible as what you hear.
Gotcha.
Prison is exactly what you hear about.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and that's another thing I don't think people realize is that jail is different from prison.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget that people don't understand the distinction. Yes,
Yeah.
no, prison is where you go when you commit
Major
big
crimes.
felonies,
Yeah.
and you spend years or life in there.
Jail's whenever got trouble, you get a slap on the wrist and
Right. Jail's where you go where you await to be tried by the judge.
yeah. Yeah.
So even a big felony, you're gonna go to jail, and then you're gonna see the judge,
Hmm.
and then they're gonna say either you get probation or you're going to prison for 20 years or whatever they may say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Gotcha.
So you got prison, you got all these felons, like all these convicts and felons that have committed some murder, some you know dealing, some sex crimes. Um, you don't want to be one of those guys in jail.
Yeah.
They get the worst. So if you committed a sex crime or if you're a pedophile or any of that, uh, you you get you got a really bad time. They're
Mm.
taking all your stuff. You're getting beat up almost every day.
I can only imagine because there's fathers
Yeah.
in jail
Yep.
and they kind of want to, I mean, in jail, I mean, they got nothing else to lose, so free game.
And for a second, when you're there and you're seeing it, you kind of feel bad for him, and then you're like, well, but then you think like, well,
He deserves it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Mm.
yeah.
Ooh.
And now with my faith the way that it is, I'm like, oh man, I still struggle with
Yeah.
that one a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. Uh,
um,
were you ever scared of any of those guys?
Absolutely. When I got to prison, yeah, I was terrified. Like I couldn't let anyone see it.
Yeah,
Um,
because I'm sure you have to like kind of act a little tough.
well, I mean, when you get there, they look you up. So like the moment you walk through the door in prison, the other inmates are on the phone with their family members, like certain ones, gang members, things like that.
Like, who's this guy that just got here?
Look his charges up. Yeah. Find out if he's, a pedophile or find out what his case is. So they knew.
Mm.
So when the guy wore a wire on me, I pulled a gun on him. I was like, "Yeah, are you a snitch?" Like kind of like antagonized him with my gun and like so that was all in my paperwork and like
Hmm.
come to find out like they're like all the other inmates they knew that about me like so I don't know it was like I had to fight a few times it wasn't anything like bad it was really I seen a lot of other stuff happening like gang on gang activity at one point they were like the white gangs trying to get me to come with them like because all the black gang was taking
White and
people's
black, I'm assuming race then.
yes
Okay, all
I
right. I
mean
I wanted to make sure.
I'm not racist at all.
Right. Yeah.
But in prison, it's very segregated. So it's like,
You kind of have to
well, I
fight.
didn't I didn't join a gang or anything, but yeah, there was a point where so all the black dudes were ganging up on white dudes and taking all their food,
Mm.
like commissary and stuff.
Hmm.
And so there was a point where all the
White dudes would have to retaliate.
well, I mean, there was like they're like if basically I'm trying to figure out how to word this.
Yeah.
So
No, you're good. You're
they're like,
good.
if you're not, if you're not a sissy and you don't want your stuff taken, you
Yeah.
get your boots on, you come down to the day room, and then we're gonna let them know these are all the people you can't take stuff from. If they're not here, so there were guys that didn't put their boots. They're like, we're not going to war. So that was basically what it was. We were gonna go to war.
Gotcha.
They're like, any of these people standing right here, you take from, and it's gonna be war.
Yeah.
Anyone else that's not here, you can take from them because they won't fight for their own stuff.
Sure. And do the guards know? I assume they have to know.
Dude, there was COs bringing in there was lieutenants in there, like high up ranking, bringing in drugs for the inmates.
Really?
They would turn a blind eye to everything. It really, I don't blame a lot of them that weren't bringing drugs in, like to like. So if you're like Mister like RoboCop, like trying to get everybody for everything,
Yeah.
you, your life's at risk. Like one of these inmates is probably gonna stab you or something.
Call up one of his boys, maybe even too. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Wow.
so I don't blame them. Like they got a family to go home to, stuff like that. Like, and it really depends on which prison you're at. There's like
Hmm.
level ones that are pretty lax. I was at like a level two.
Okay.
It goes up to level five, so it
Gotcha.
gets worse from there. Yeah,
Gotcha. And level five, I'm assuming is like you're
you're in a cell all day long.
all day long.
You're
Yeah.
not leaving. Yeah,
Gotcha.
level two is like 200 people sleeping in bunks.
Hmm.
Um, in like it's like a camp, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing like a camp, but
Yeah.
but with the bunk situation,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Did you have a cellmate?
I had a bunkie, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, multiple. So they're like
Gotcha.
they're like this far apart, the bunks,
Okay.
and they're all the way down a row, and then it turns a corner, and then it's like a big square, and then
Hmm.
there's bunks in the middle as well.
Gotcha.
So I had multiple people around me.
Gotcha. Were there any of them, excuse me, any of them that you actually did kind of like get along with a little bit, or were there some that you were just like, I am not talking to this dude?
So I was kind of wicked at the time. Like I was kind of proud of that I was in there selling drugs. Like part of me was convicted, and part of me was like, I think I need to be this person
Yeah.
that I was turning into. And then there were people that I know God used. They would like check me about it. They'd be like, "That's not the life you need to live, brother. Like, you know, you tell me the story about God. He's calling you to something different. Like, you think
Hmm.
this is cool? What about that dude over there? He's never going home. That's not cool, bro.
Mm. So they were checking your ego and humbling you a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I believe God used them for sure.
Wow.
Like, this isn't cool, dude. You're sitting in here. You don't have no family to call because I didn't really have anyone to call.
Yeah. Wow.
My grandma was mad at me, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Wow. Well, so day in and day out then, what was that kind of really? Because I mean, obviously prison is pretty mundane, I would have to assume.
I
Um,
believe that I turned to the drugs, to the spice, to kind of get me,
little entertainment.
yeah,
Yeah.
to get me through. And yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, I've seen a lot of like violent stuff. The first day I was there, the white dude seen me working out, and he's like, "Come here, let me show you where the this is the white dude's hawk." That's what they call it, but it's like a, a makeshift knife.
Yeah, like a shiv or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
a shank, shiv, yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
He's like, "Let me show you where it is." So that's if that sums anything up.
that had to be terrifying, I'm sure.
Absolutely, I was like, "Oh, you guys are stabbing each other in here?"
Yeah.
Like, oh, this, I don't belong
Alrighty.
here.
Yeah. Let me show you where it is.
Yeah,
Rather you didn't, because I feel
yeah.
like I'm gonna be presented. Yeah, wow. Gosh, man.
Oh, yeah. And then that whole experience kind of did something to my ego as well when I got out. It's
Hmm.
like I spent the whole time working out. It's like got out kind of bigger than I was.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've been to prison.
It's here's my badge of honor. I've been to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's to
So
see how lost I was though,
yeah,
like with that mindset.
yeah. So then how did you tying it all in then? Like how did you then after all this time going in, going out, going in, going out, I'm sure you must have felt like a fraud.
Yeah. Like to God.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's really what led to like just going completely off the deep end. And like uh I tried to end my life actually.
Mm,
The first time I ever injected anything in my body with a needle, I injected heroin. Um, 'Cause yeah, it just felt like I just didn't want to do this anymore. I didn't want to like live this life where it was ups and downs and in and out of
hmm.
jail and prison. And so I did that and it did not work. And I believe that I came into an agreement with some sort of demon at that point. At the moment that I did that,
Hmm.
probably the moment that I did meth in the first time anyway,
Yeah,
but especially with the needle, because I spent almost 7 years after that,
yeah.
um, just running around shooting up meth
Mm,
because I didn't like heroin. I only used that to try to. Meth won't kill you. I mean, it could kill you.
hmm.
Most likely, it's just gonna make you crazy
Yeah.
if you
You're
do
gonna be
if you
awake
do
all the
too
time.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But heroin, that's highly addictive and highly deadly.
Yes. Um, so
What brought you to that point, really? Like, do you remember it vividly, that very moment that you were sticking that needle in?
yeah, so it's like I guess you'd call it mommy issues. Like I would find these girls and I'd fall in love with them,
Yeah.
and then they'd break my heart, and then that.
Mm,
And, I mean, I wasn't anything healthy either. It's not like I was this like great guy
great guy, yeah.
that was like something that would be desirable anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so that's really what led to that first one.
Mm,
Really, it was a mixture of that, and then I knew I was gonna go back to jail at that point because I was on house arrest at the time. Um, I failed a drug test for smoking weed,
mm.
but they didn't know yet because they sent it to the lab, and then I'm waiting. It's gonna be a couple weeks,
It's gonna be, yep.
and
It's
I'm going back.
inevitable. Yeah.
Yep. So that's what I did. Tried to take my life. God had other plans
Hmm.
because it didn't work. Then when I came back to, I cut my house arrest bracelet off and ran to Florida.
Mm.
Yep. I made it there this time. I didn't go to jail on the way.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So, Gosh, golly, like I mean, whenever you're coming to, like, is everything kind of like fuzzy, or are you really kind of like aware, like I gotta go. I really do just like have to go. That's my escape at this point. If I'm not dying, then I might as well, I guess, go ahead and live. But now that means I guess I gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like I'm not willing. I'm not gonna just sit here
Yeah.
and wait to go back to jail,
Hmm.
possibly prison. I gotta do something.
Yeah.
So that's really why it happened. And I was on drugs. I mean, I did some meth, so it's like
Yeah.
couldn't sit still anyway.
Sure.
But um,
So whenever you then got to Florida, what was kind of happening there then? Did you have family down there, or were you?
no, it was me and two buddies.
Okay.
They followed me down there. They came with me on a Greyhound.
Okay.
Um, we One of their parents bought a hotel room when we got there. Well, the first night we slept outside, so we were like, I don't have anywhere to go. We're Panama City Beach,
Hmm.
so we went and got like 3 bottles of wine and passed out drunk outside. And woke up the next day and was like, man, we need a hotel room. So they called their mom, and we got a hotel room and got really drunk again. And my life was just falling apart. Like I don't know how to explain it, and I had so much anger inside of me. So those two start fighting. And I was closer, my two friends, they
Hmm.
start fighting, physically fighting each other. And I was closer to one of them. He was kind of like a little brother to me.
Hmm.
And I don't know what came over me, but I grabbed the wine bottle and I busted it over the other guy's head. Um, and that hotel room just looked like a murder scene. There was just blood. Because after I busted it over his head, I was barefoot. I stepped on a piece of glass,
Mm.
sliced my foot open. Like you could see the tendon, like it was like white meat.
Mm.
Yeah, it was gross. And yeah, it was just a terrible time. And then we wake up the next day and he's got his head's all gashed up and my foot's all gashed open and had nowhere to go again. And the
Mm.
the kid that I defended, I, his family was willing to pay for a bus ticket for him to come home. And I was like, man, you need to go if you can, because
Mm.
it's about to get real rough.
Yeah.
So me and the guy that I busted a bottle over his head was almost in Florida together, walking around. He didn't talk to me for days.
I imagine not. Yeah.
Very awkward.
A little bit. Yeah.
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 Yeah, very awkward. We ended up becoming really good friends after
I
that.
mean, that's how a lot of good friendships really start, though. Is you fight the guy, and then you're like, well, he's all right, I guess, you know. So then what's kind of evolved then after all that?
Like, as far as, what do you mean?
Like your life and how it was like what direction was it taken after that?
And so after that, I went to jail again,
Mm.
got out, and I just got caught in this cycle. It was like I knew God was real, but like maybe I'm not worth, like saving. Like I'm just kind of condemning myself at that point.
Mm.
And like I said, there was like some sort of demonic nature to it. It's like you're not yourself. If you were doing, I hope you don't, obviously, but if you were to inject methamphetamine into yourself right now,
Yeah,
you would become somebody completely different.
sure.
Like your mind is taken over
Hmm.
by like all these fleshly desires, and your vision's change. It's like you're somebody else. It's like somebody's taking control of your body. It's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah,
So I got trapped in that for years.
yeah.
And I would go to jail and I get my senses back, and then I get out of jail, and then there's those same people like, hey, you want to get high? And I do it, and then off to the races. Stuck out here till the next time I go to jail. I remember one of the times I went to jail, I started crying in the drunk tank. That's where you go when you first get there.
Yeah, yeah.
I started crying, and I was like, thank you, God. Thank you that I'm here today
Really.
in jail, because it had gotten so bad. I was like 120 pounds. Like my face was sunken in, and I was just happy to be in jail. I was like, okay, I get another chance.
So you were you were thanking God that you were in the middle of a jail cell.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, it was. I never thought that would be happening, but it was a powerful experience for sure. Cause it
Did
just
you really feel like God sitting next to you in that cell?
I did. It was
Wow.
like he's like, come on home, son. Like
Wow.
I'm waiting for you.
Mm.
I'm gonna keep giving you chances. And you're gonna keep messing it up. I know you. You're hard headed. He's
Yeah.
like, but I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna keep calling you.
Well, wow. Dude, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That's so then what leads up to you then getting out that final time then?
Um. So that was not the final time, unfortunately.
There's still more. Okay.
There was some more, but
Gotcha.
um, nothing like serious. It's
Mm,
like getting caught with a syringe or something like that, and
sure.
doing a little bit of time and then getting out. But really, when things started to, so if you're wanting to know when the change happened, so
Hmm.
I had met a girl. We were getting high together,
Gotcha.
and I was praying at the time. I'd still talk to God sometimes. I was praying at the time for me and this girl to work out. Like
Hmm.
I was praying for her to get her kids back because they were in foster care.
Sure.
Um, and we would just get high together, and it was terrible. Like the way that we were treating each other,
Mm,
and the relationship that we had was not good at all. So we had ended up getting sober together for a time, 6 months.
okay.
So I managed to piece together 6 months of like, and we were doing the meetings. So
Hmm.
so meetings is it's all right. Like I'm not gonna say like
Yeah.
anything bad about it or that it's the definite answer.
Yeah.
But uh, we did that for about 6 months, and then we ended up using again
Mm,
and separating. She found Jesus when that happened.
wow.
Yeah. And when she found him, she introduced him to me in a way that I had not. At first, I didn't like it. She's telling me all this stuff about myself, and
And it's all true stuff, but you don't want to believe any
and
of it.
then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're just like holier than thou now, aren't you? Like,
Yeah. Mm.
um,
So was kind of what I was alluding to earlier was part of that becoming part of the revelation of like this is kind of the moment where you're finally kind of accepting responsibility for your actions and no longer blaming them on your parents and your environment.
absolutely. Somewhere in the middle of all that jail,
Hmm.
probably a little bit before this relationship,
Okay.
I'd known. I was like, I think actually in prison, one of those guys I was telling you about
Yeah.
was one that told me, he's like, you're like, when you reach age 14, 15, you start reaching the age of accountability where you can't keep blaming other people.
Hmm.
Now you are old enough to be able to make your own decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really started studying what do healthy people do? What do they even look like?
Mm.
So throughout these periods of time in jail, my aunt who lived in Kentucky started sending me books, different books. Like I'm not all for self-help books or nothing like that, but some of them were those, and it was cool to like read and see what.
Yeah. I'm sure they had like good knowledge in them. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing
But
like this book.
yeah, it wasn't like a permanent sort of fix or anything like
Right.
that. Yeah.
But it gave me, yeah, it gave me like the vision to be able to see
Yeah.
what healthy people, what does a healthy relationship look like? What does healthy love look like between
Sure.
two people?
So it was at least giving you some insight then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
to at
sure.
least give you those steps.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The basic things that most kids, they see their mom and their dad and when they're growing up, and
Sure.
that's what they're, so
Yeah. Gotcha.
that's where they get that from. I
Hmm.
didn't know any of that. So
What was that like? Was that actually like kind of surreal for you to like whenever you're reading like this is how they this is how like a parent should act or whatever. I don't know what they were actually saying in those books, but like whenever they're like saying like your child must this or like whenever you're a father this, is it like a surreal for like sort of moment for you where it's just like wow, like I wish what they're talking about wasn't about me or something or
I would think it was like aha moments. It was like, okay,
okay,
I see what that's what I'm gonna try my best to do that, to
gotcha.
be that. And it was like a slow
So you
trans.
didn't feel like an outsider or anything reading those books necessarily.
No, not anymore. Like I'd stopped feeling sorry for myself for sure.
Gotcha.
I'd stopped that.
Mm-hmm.
I did enough of that when I was like right at age 15.
Gotcha.
By
Gotcha.
this time I'm like 20, 26, 25,
Okay.
something like that.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Um, so yeah. And
S-
I'd known I'm like this is all my fault. Like I could have gotten a job. Like
mhm.
back then I'm like, oh well, they're such and such. They have their dad owns a company and they get to go work for him. And
Yeah.
one day he'll die and they get all
And they
that.
get all that. Yeah. Yeah.
But me, I don't. But really, I could have went and worked anywhere.
Yeah.
Started my life.
Mm.
I just didn't see it that way at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So whenever she starts believing and she starts coming back to you, did you feel more distant or were you wanting to mend this relationship but on your terms?
Um, so we were both. Let me say this: we were both still big works in progress.
Okay.
And me, a
Yeah.
part of me was like, I know God. Like I've.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't, yeah. Yeah. We don't need this. Yeah. Like I know God.
And
Yeah.
there are parts of this that I probably can't mention. That woman is my wife today.
Oh, okay. Hi. Yeah.
But like I said, we were both kind of just treating each other, you know, badly. And then when that happened, it didn't. We weren't like instantly fixed. You know, it's not like you come to Jesus and then all your problems and your struggles,
Yeah.
they're still right there. You might have a different way to deal with them.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But it's not like instantly. You're
No.
like, oh, I'm just a different person now. I found Jesus.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there's some work, some
There's
sanctification that's
there's a lot of work, yeah.
yeah.
Um, have you seen the movie Moneyball
It sounds familiar.
with Brad Pitt?
It's like baseball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a there's a meme I remember seeing where so there's a scene where he's explaining to one of the baseball players that they're going to make him a first baseman. And he's like, "It's not that hard, tell him." And then the other coach is like, "It's incredibly hard." So, and someone made a meme where it says Brad Pitt, where it says new Christian, and then it says lifelong Christian, where he's like, "It's not that hard. Tell him it's incredibly hard." Like, so
Yes.
anytime I just go back to that meme, like, yeah, no, it's not easy just because you got Jesus in your life. Like, it's amazing, it's wonderful, and
Yeah,
should be celebrated.
absolutely.
But just so you know, there's an uphill battle you got now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If anyone tells you different.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how solid that advice is.
Yeah, I don't know how convincing that is, but you
Yeah,
know, but it is still the best decision that I've made in my life, and I'm sure for
absolutely.
you as well.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's changed everything.
so what was the actual then um, come to Jesus moment? Like, do you remember that? Like, after all this time now, like, all right, I'm finally gonna get my life together, and I'm finally gonna start obeying God.
Yeah, so when we got married, there was some sort of like sanctification
Okay.
that happened through us getting married.
Mm-hmm.
It was like she had gotten her kids back at this time. So we got married and we moved in together.
Okay.
Because she was like, we were sleeping together at the time, like before we were married. And she was
Mm-hmm.
like, we can't keep doing this.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, you're right. I was like, let's stop. So we stopped. We made it about a month. And then she's like, well, this verse says if you're burning with passion, it's better to just get
just get
married.
married. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what we did. But I could feel God's hand on it. It was like at that moment.
Yeah.
And I had told her in the past, like, I always knew it was like, there's going to be, I belong in a church somewhere
Mm.
or doing something like bigger than whatever this is that I was doing before.
Yeah.
So once we were married, like, it's really kids too. It's like we have 3 kids and they haven't had the best life, like,
Mm,
um, up to this point. So it's like there were lots of struggles.
mm.
I don't know how to parent. I was never parented,
Yeah, yeah.
like not right. So it was like, and she had a rough upbringing as well, my wife. So she doesn't necessarily know what the right way is. So we're just bringing all this to God. We're just laying it at the foot of the cross.
Hmm.
We're just like, Father God, Lord Jesus, show us, show me
Yeah.
how to be a loving, kind, tolerant, patient, caring father who sees my kids the way that you see them.
Hmm.
Help me to see my wife the way that you see her, Lord, through these struggles, through these arguments, whatever it may be. Help me to look more like your son Jesus
Hmm.
rather than whoever I am, this angry person with a hard heart.
Yeah.
And that's the submission that I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's like I'm done. Like that's the moment. It was like when I was like, all right. And it was like a church service we were at.
Hmm.
And I heard him say I heard the pastor say something about there's power there's power in your weakness, like the weakness where you just say, I don't know how to do this,
Hmm.
but you do.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, all right, I don't know how to live life. I'm no good,
Yeah.
but you're good, God.
Mm.
Show me, teach me. I,
Yeah.
I just, I submit to your will and your way. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I believe that was the moment.
That everything really did change. Wow.
Yeah. I got prayed over by this man.
Hmm.
Um, and there was like an impartation, like a transfer.
Okay.
In that moment, I felt something. I felt the Holy Spirit. He was filled with the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
and he was just praying over me to be the leader of my household, praying over me to be able to lead my kids to the Lord, and to be an accurate representation of a kingdom member. This is not what he said. This is kind of I'm just kind
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
of I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
remember exactly what he said, but
Yeah.
yeah, I was just in tears, man, and I was just crying, on my knees, and that was a big moment as well.
Yeah.
I couldn't pray in front of people before that,
Wow.
but after that, I could.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Because now you have this newfound confidence a little bit.
something happened. Yeah,
Yeah. You walk into a room a little different. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And then when the struggles came and the storms came,
Hmm.
that's I knew what to do. I knew where to turn to.
Yeah. Well, and that was really going to be my next question was now that you've fully submitted, were there now times in your life where that previous temptation was coming back? And was it enticing, or were you able to be like, no, I know that this is wrong now, and I really need to dedicate myself to God? Like, what was kind of happening there?
So like, what temptations? You mean like drugs?
Drugs, yeah, all that stuff, yeah.
With drugs, so there were. It's weird that you say that. Like, very little amount of times did I want to do meth again because I really just don't want anything to do with that drug ever again.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few times where the thought had popped up, but it's like there's a scripture that helps me through certain things like that. I take every thought captive and make it obedient to Christ.
Oh, oh, I like that.
I'll just say it like that's what I'm doing, you
Yeah.
know.
Wow. What verse is that?
Oh, I wish I could tell you.
Okay. But it's in there. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely in there.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. So, sticking with the mojo of the show and changing people's perceptions. Um, I feel like a lot of ex-convicts really get this bad light or this sort of like second glance in society of like, oh, you were a dangerous person. Um, how would you hope to really kind of change that perception that people may have today and really what, you know, a second chance for those people who really are trying to really try to apply themselves
Yeah.
to get out of the system? Because, I mean, it is an unfortunate truth that a lot of guys will try, but they just keep going back in. but there are the few who do really, really do try to make it their life's dedication. Like, no, I'm turning away from this. So, how would you hope to change that negative perception today?
I would say for anyone that thinks like that or that has those thoughts, it'd be like really ask yourself like what do they go through to lead them to this point? And are you a believer in Jesus? Because if you are,
Hmm.
there's nobody that's too far gone. There's nobody that is too far lost.
Hmm.
That his blood does not cleanse and cover completely.
Hmm.
There's nobody that can't be saved. I mean, I'm standing here before you today, a completely different person than I was 10 years ago. I
Hmm.
mean, you wouldn't even recognize me. Literally, physically, you wouldn't recognize me.
Well,
Not just physically, my heart. There's a change in my heart, and it's all thanks to Jesus.
hmm.
He took my heart of stone and made it a heart of flesh. That's in there as well.
Yeah, that's
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say I think it was either Ezekiel or Isaiah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So really, just I guess then just try to look at these people in the way that God sees all of us.
That's right.
Gotcha.
And that's my prayer too. It's for my family, for anytime I feel that way. Just like, God, help me to see them through your eyes.
Mm, gotcha.
And he sees them as their children. That's his child.
Yeah,
Might be his lost child,
yeah,
or it might be his found child. Might be the prodigal son.
yeah. Yeah, and and because I'm sure it's hard for some people to look at, say, someone who's like murdered, like a family or something like that, and be like, well, they don't deserve God's grace.
Right.
Like, do you think that that's still then that same message that you have right now still applies, that message of forgiveness and grace?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I
Gotcha.
mean, yeah, there's there's nobody that's too far gone. I mean, whether society accepts them or not, that they may not, but God does, and Jesus's blood covers them if they confess with their mouth and truly believed in their heart,
Hmm.
you know, that he lived a perfect life, died, and rose again on the third day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's available to anybody.
Hmm.
So if we truly believe that, guys, then we
Yeah.
should probably try to think like
Try
that
to
too.
think like
Yeah.
that a little bit. Yeah. Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, this has been an awesome, awesome story, man. It really has been. This
It's
is
just a
powerful.
fraction of it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just I mean, obviously, we're still going. Um, I mean, we're going until we're called to go home.
Yeah.
So and so, then let me ask you, how have you really kind of um made it like a dedication to not only your wife and your kids, but to God as well, to just constantly be focused. Like, all right, this is game plan for the day. Like, God, give me your guidance, and then from there, I trust me to take care of the rest. Like, how do you kind of go about
So we wake up every morning. Oh, I almost lied. So for the last
that?
for the last we just went on vacation,
Yeah.
and so generally every school day for sure we've got thrown off for this summer, and we normally do a little bit, but it's been more this summer.
Gotcha.
Generally, almost every day,
Yeah.
every school day that we have, we wake up and we bring the kids. First thing we do, wake up, bring the kids in the living room, wife in the living room, and we have a devotional that we do, and we have bring open up God's word, and we read a chapter out of the Bible, and then we pray over the day ahead.
Wow.
Um, maybe different. Whoever needs prayer, like
Hmm.
that, because our life, brings lots of people
Yeah.
there's tons of. If you think there's nothing to pray for, there's so much to pray
There's
for.
always something to pray for.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Pray for revival in the city.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, so there's that. We obviously we're a part of a small group. We attend church.
Hmm.
We have our ministry that we do. I think me and my wife may actually start our own ministry. We're a part of another one, but we're
Hmm.
kind of branching off. We might
Gotcha.
start our own. Not that there's any division or anything. It's just,
Yeah. Just kind of want to do your own thing then.
yeah,
Yeah.
we kind of gonna want to go to different areas, and
Hmm.
they kind of want to stay in the same place, so
Gotcha.
we can reach more people that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we go out to the homeless camps and we, like we said, we pray
Hmm.
for these individuals. And I've seen, I'm telling you, I've seen miracles happen right in front of my eyes.
Hmm.
And that's a big part of my, I wish that I didn't have to see those to believe.
Hmm.
And I probably would still, but it strengthened my faith. Like he
Hmm.
used these miracles to build my faith. Like, so if we got a little bit of time,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
brother committed suicide.
Oh.
Probably it's been about 3 years, and it was over a girl. She was cheating on him. They just had a kid together. She was like, going to seeing these other men and really like rubbing it in his face. So he took his own life. He shot himself, and and I hated this woman. I hated her guts.
Hmm.
And this is once I had accepted Jesus, and I was like, I know this is not right. I felt God say, you need to forgive her.
Hmm.
I was like, all right, God, teach me, show me how to forgive her. Like, I offer myself to you. Show me, because I don't know how to do it. And then he's like, you need to pray for her. I felt it in my spirit. I didn't hear these audibly. I wish I would have, but I
Yeah.
felt it in my. He's like, you need to pray for her to be healed. Oh, I skipped a part.
Mm.
She got hit by a car
Okay.
after he had already committed suicide, like a year later.
Gotcha.
She was in ICU, brain dead, and the doctors are like, she's not. We're seeing it all over Facebook. They're like, they're gonna pull the plug because there's no
Mm.
activity in her brain.
Hmm.
She's on breathing machine, all that.
Yeah.
So I dropped to my knees and I started crying and I was like, Father God, I just pray for her to be healed in the name of Jesus. I pray for a miracle healing right now. I just prayed a bold prayer right there in my kitchen with my wife as my witness. And the next day, she started moving her hands. Me and my wife continued to pray for her. Within a week or two, she's up walking around.
Dude. Oh my gosh. Dude, there's no way.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
I got more.
Oh gosh. Man, that's incredible.
I mean, I would say, like, if we don't pray bold prayers,
Yeah,
then we'll never know, I guess, right?
right.
Because he's going to use those bold prayers to build up the faith of anyone that is around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, you got me a little choked up over here right now. That's awesome, dude. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's no prayer too small. There's no prayer too big.
Faith the size of a mustard seed can move a mountain.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need to pray like we got the faith that'll move a
Move a
mountain.
mountain.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Yeah. Wow.
So another time,
Yeah.
small prayer. So these small prayers too.
Yeah.
I learned this. I was humbled. My
Yeah.
wife and I are sleeping in bed or laying in bed, and there's storming really bad, and there's water dripping from the ceiling.
Oh gosh.
It was like drip, 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 drip. I look over, my wife's praying. And I was like, babe, I don't think it works like that. We probably just need to have a roof fixed. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think God's gonna do that for us. Well, I'll tell you what, I was humbled because not even 2 seconds later, it stopped dripping through our roof and it stormed all night long. I mean, you could hear it outside just
Going nuts.
not another drop of water. I was like, all right, God,
All right.
you can do
Yeah.
it.
Sorry.
You'll do
Yeah.
whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't mean to be a doubting
Yeah,
Thomas.
excuse
Sorry.
me.
Yeah. Wow, dude. Wow. And so like that's awesome because like a lot of people nowadays don't really um say that well you don't really see big miracles being done by God like you do like what it says in the Old Testament of like splitting the Red Sea and all that sort of stuff. But like it really is the small stuff that it's just like, all right, we'll explain that then, you
Yeah.
know.
Are
It's
we are we praying big prayers?
yeah.
Are
Mm,
we asking him?
mm,
Because I feel like if you do, maybe not every time, but if we pray like that, you will see it.
yeah. Yeah. Wow. Dude, I'm moved, man. I'm inspired right now. I really am. I really am. Um, so you kind of spoke a little bit about your mission that you and your wife are doing now, and doing homeless stuff. So to wrap it all up, I'll just ask you this final question and just um, what has that experience really kind of been like for y'all, and how do you hope to kind of move forward? Because like I mean, you did just allude to it a little bit. that you're gonna try to branch off and start your own ministry. So, but like, what's been going on with it now?
Oh, we just so actually me and my wife just went on a vacation to Lake Monroe. Just me and her, and we
Hmm.
seen that there is a huge homeless population down there, and I heard God like in my spirit is like, you may be on vacation, but you're not on vacation from what I want you to
From
do.
what I want you to do. Yeah.
So we went over there to and we seen we seen somebody that we know. Like
Really?
we grew up, we did drugs with him. He's been out there for about 5 years. Um, I'm just sharing a little story that just happened recently.
Yeah, sure.
So we ran into him, and yeah, it was very sad, but it was also very cool that God called us to do that day, and there he was,
Mm,
and we got to he didn't have anything. We got to get him a tent and like some clothes, and then we're gonna keep going and checking on him. Like, and I offered him like anytime you want to go to treatment or like get a halfway house, like we'll make those calls and we'll make that happen. And then we prayed over him, of course, and we're
hmm.
like telling him all about my testimony and Jesus, and we're like Jesus is real, whether you believe it or not. He loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm like, you know who I was. I'm that guy shooting a gun in my grandma's backyard. I'm right here telling you about Jesus right
Jesus
now.
now.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah. A complete 180.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you know it's real because you know me.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't doubt you. He's like,
Mm,
I don't doubt you. So
wow.
that was really cool. Yeah, we're just kind of wherever God is leading it. Like, we don't want to be some huge thing. I just want
Hmm.
to do what God wants me to do.
Yeah.
And I want to reach the lost at any cost.
Reach the lost at any cost. That's going to be the T-shirt right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Reach the lost at any cost. I
Yeah.
love that. That's awesome. Well, Mike, take this moment right now to look into that camera and just kind of let people know where they can find you or where they can find your ministry.
Um, you can find me on the west side of Indianapolis, and currently, you can't really find our ministry that we're going to be starting. But as soon as I have any updates on that, I'll get
Send
with
them my
Casey
way.
here, yeah,
Yeah.
and let you guys know. But if you want to see the ministry, we're out on Sundays at all the different homeless camps in Indianapolis at 2 to 3 o'clock every
Dude,
Sunday.
what's the name of it?
The name of the ministry,
Yeah.
the one that we're going to be starting is called JC Rose.
JC Rose. Okay.
You get it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Yeah, it took me a second.
Jesus Christ.
Rose,
That's
yeah.
right.
Wow, that took me a second. Yeah. And I'm also curious if you have any parting words for anybody who um is an ex-con that may be watching this now. Um, any parting words of hope you may want to bestow upon them, um, both spiritually or not spiritually. Really,
Yeah,
just anything any advice you want to throw out there to them.
yeah. It's never too late to like turn from repent. That's what that means. Turn from that old life and just do what I did and say, "All right, Jesus, I lay it at your feet. You can have all of me. I don't know how to do this. I'm no good, but you are."
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
submit to him and then obey his words because you're faced with a choice after that to either turn and go back to your old life when you meet up with those same old people or go do something new.
Mm, yeah.
Jesus is it's the only way that's ever worked for me, and I've tried it all, everything else. So, and it's not all about just that, like
Yeah.
my life's like good today,
Yeah.
but even if it wasn't going good, he's still there, and I still serve him.
Hmm.
If we lost all this, if he never did another miracle or another thing,
God's so
he's
good.
done enough. I love him.
Hmm. Gotcha. Gotcha. Wow, man, this has been inspirational for me. It really has, man. I really appreciate your story, and I'm glad that we were able to meet at uh, the Hamilton County Great Banquet as well. And when I first heard your testimony and everything there, so this has been nice to kind of catch up a little bit too.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
agree. Had
awesome.
fun.
Yeah, thanks for being on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on. If you like today's episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm your host, Thomas Casey Zellers, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.